Hello, welcome to Computer Networks online lecture series. Myself Reema Rawat from Edge Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. I'll be taking the online lecture series on the subject Computer Networks. So let's start today's session. So first of all, let us see the introduction part of this reference model. So the ISO stands for International Standards Organization and the OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. This is the basic reference model which represents the layered architecture for accessing the networking platform. So this model is based on the proposal developed by the International Standard Organization, that is ISO, as a first step towards international standardization of the protocols used in the various layers. So let's see how this model looks like and what are the layers for that and how they communicate with different protocols. So let us see the ISO OSI reference model. So in this reference model there are basically 7 layers and each layer performs the networking protocols using different layers. So let's see the first layer. For example, we have taken the host A and host B who wants to communicate. In this, both have the same 7 layers. So at the host A side, the first layer is physical layer. The second layer above the physical layer is data link layer. The third layer above the data link layer is network layer. Then the next layer, fourth layer, is transport layer. Above transport layer, the fifth layer over here is session layer. Then the sixth layer is presentation layer and the seventh layer, last layer, is application layer. So these are the 7 layers of ISO OSI reference model we have considered at the host A side. Similarly, at the host B side, these are the again 7 layers. So let us consider the host B, or you can say receiver side. So the here first layer is physical layer. Similarly, the second layer is data link layer. Then the next layer is network layer. Above that, the transport layer is that. Then similarly, above transport layer, there is session layer. Then the next is presentation layer, and the last layer over here is the application layer. So now, if they want to communicate, the first protocol between the application layers is referred to as the application protocol. Protocols are the rules through which the data can communicate, or you can say data transfer can take place. Then between the presentation layers, there is a presentation protocol using which the data transfer takes place. Then between the session layers of these two hosts, there is a session protocol, and between the transport layer, the protocol is referred to as the transport protocol. Now in the 3 layers, that are physical layer, data link layer and the network layer, there is a boundary which is called as the subnet boundary, which is referred to also as the communication subnet boundary. Now subnet is what? So subnet is the collection of communication links and devices, or else you can say nodes. So here in this subnet boundary, for the network layer, we have the network router protocols. Similarly, between the data link layer, the data link layer router protocols are there. And similarly, at the physical layer, in this communication subnet boundary, there is physical to physical router protocols are there. So here are the different router protocols for the three layers that are physical, data link layer and the network layer. Now in all of these layers, the data is in the different formats. So in physical layer, the data is in terms of bits. In data link layer, the data is in terms of frames. In network layer, data is in terms of packets. In transport layer, the unit or the name of exchange unit is TPDU, which is referred to as the transfer protocol data unit. Similarly, in session layer, the unit is referred to as the SPDU, which is referred to as the session protocol data unit. In presentation layer, again it is presentation protocol data unit, PPDU. And in the last, that is application layer, the name of the exchange data unit is referred to as the APDU, which is application protocol data unit. Okay, let us see each of these layers and its roles in detail. So the first one over here is the physical layer. So in physical layer, as the name suggests, it is related to the physical parameters of the models. That means if you want to transmit the data, what are the physical parameters or what are the physical constraints you will have? That means you will transmit data using the copper cable or coaxial cable or the fiber optic cable. How you can transmit the data using the wires or wireless media. That is concerned for the physical layer. So as you can see over here, we are considering a transmission media through which the data can take place, and using this, the physical layer transports the data its above layer, that is the data link layer. So if it is at the host A or host B side, it can transmit or it can take the data from and to the data link layer. So this is the first physical layer. In further chapters, we will see the physical layer roles, its parameters, its constraints, and what are the different medium we can use to transmit the data. Now the next layer is the data link layer. So as the name suggests, the data link layer is useful for the data transmission and its parameters. That means if you are transmitting any data, what are the probabilities of the error, and if there is any error, how you can correct the errors. So in this layer, you will have the error correction and detection parameters. So in data link layer, the data is in terms of frames. So from the received data, that is in terms of bits. From the physical layer, it will convert it into frames, and then it will transmit to its above layer, that is the network layer. So this is how the physical layer, network layer is using the data link layer. Now the next is network layer. The network layer is very important in this all layer architecture because the network layer is related to the packets and how the packets travel to the network and how they can establish the communication, or as you can say, establish the network. It is very important. So in network layer, as you can see, it converts the received frames, that is from the data link layer, into packets, and by encapsulating these packets, it will travel to the network. So this is how the network layer takes the packets and transfer to the transport layer and receive the frames from the data link layer. So in network layers, we will have the routing algorithms, which is very important. That means how the data can select the path from all the available multiple paths. Then the next is the transport layer. So the transport layer is between the network layer and session layer. Now the transport layer will decide how the data is encapsulated and transported throughout the network. So as you can see over here, there is the network layer which is giving the data to the transport layer, and by using the TPDU unit, this transport layer gives the data to the above layer, which is the session layer. Now the next is the session layer. Now the session layer is almost obsolete, or there are of minimal uses, which is related to the session management or the particular networking. That means it is related to the time passing, or you can say time on and off, and time management purpose for the session. That means session management. So in session layer, the session layer takes the data from the transport layer and it gives to the presentation layer, or else it gives the data to the transport layer from the presentation layer. And in this, the exchange unit is referred to as the SPDU, which is called as Session Protocol Data Unit. Now, here the first process, or there are roles of this session layer, in which the first role is dialog control, which is the role which is called as keeping track of those whose turn it to transmit. That means if there are multiple packets available, which is to be transmitted first, that is of the role of dialog control. The next important role of the session layer is token management. That means preventing two parties from attempting the same critical operation at the same time. That means if some packets are arising to transmit the data at the same time, then collision will occur. So to avoid that, token management is used. And the third one over here is the synchronization. That means checkpointing long transmission to allow them to continue from where they were after the crash. Okay. And the last above the application layer is the presentation layer. Presentation layer, as the name suggests, it refers to the networking layer through which you can decide how your website or how it will look like. And so it is called as a presentation layer. It will take the data from the session layer and it will process it using the decoding, encryption or compression operation, and then it will give to the last layer. Now, last one is the application layer, which is very important, where you enter your passwords, your login IDs, and how your website looks to you. That is called as the application layer. So, in application layer, the user can directly see how your interface looks like. So, it takes the data from the presentation layer, it formats it, and it will give it to the user. Right? So, one widely used application protocol in this application layer is HTTP, which is referred to as the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This HTTP is very important for accessing World Wide Web, that is www. And in this, HTTP is used for the URLs, that is Uniform Resource Locators. Right? So this HTTP is basis for World Wide Web, www. Right? Now in this, the session and presentation layers has the same or duplications of roles which can be avoided. So for further models, this ISO-OSI reference model was revised and they have absolutely these two layers, which is referred to as the TCP/IP reference model. This reference model we will see in the next session, and I hope this ISO-OSI reference model is clear to you now. I am revising this again. In ISO-OSI reference model, there are 7 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and the application layer. So these are the 7 layers of ISO-OSI reference model. These are the references, the GPU syllabus for this subject, the textbook, and these are some other references which I have referred to. Thank you for listening.